1, 2, 3, give it up for this! As we go down the line, we'll start down there with...
You forgot my name already.
No, I know you're...
I'm Erin.
I want you to say it.
Ice cream and long walks on the beach. Thank you.
Oh, all right.
My name is Maia, and I hate giving facts about myself.
My name is Sara, and I'm the only Sara tonight. There's not Sara J and Sara B. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Erin.
I'm Julianne, and I'm secretly a ninja by night.
My name is Sam. I like ice cream and long walks on the beach.
I'd say we have a little connection, except her husband and kids are in the audience. So, a game that we call the world's worst. All right. So our students are just going to step forward and give you their whatever they think the world's worst version of a doctor is. I'll ring a bell, and we're just going to go through a bunch of these really quickly. So who's got something, a doctor that the world's worst they want to show us? Start us off. Karen, take it away. Let's see it.
Stacy, the prognosis isn't very good. I'd say probably 1 month left to live.
Oh,
Can I ask your husband
what's
out on
gonna
a
kill
date?
me? Oh. Mr. Peterson, I have such great news for you.
Oh, you're having a boy! Yes!
Yeah, you know, I think you're gonna die.
No! You know, I understand you've been having some trouble with your elbow, but you know, my stomach has been hurting. Can you tell me what's going on?
All right. Okay. Oh, no, go ahead. You got one more.
All right.
That's it.
So, over here is England. Down here you've got China. Huh? Is it clear? No.
All right. Okay. Very good. Very good. We're going to do one more occupation. What's the other?
Truck driver.
Judge.
Plymouth.
Commissioner.
I got a judge. We're going to go with a judge. Okay. So, world's worst judge. Who would like to start us off? Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I've got to get home for dinner, so you're guilty and I sentence you to death.
Wait. Just 1 second. I'm good.
So, can you tell me, what am I supposed to say?
Are you drunk?
Before I pass sentence, I have to tell you, you really made a bad decision robbing me.
I'm really sorry, ma'am, but that's going to be $500 and your dog's going to have to die.
Outing.
Stick out your tongue. Wire. Yeah, you've definitely got strep. Yeah.
What? All right. Let's change it up. I want to change it up a little bit this time. So let's say I want to put, where's a location that you go to that you should be on your best behavior?
Tanning bed.
Like church. Or Utah.
An interview.
We're going to go to church. So let's see, the world's worst in church. Go ahead.
Are there seconds on this bread?
All right, there we go. So the two of you are hanging out on Mount Everest, and you guys are dealing with a lost pet. All right, so that's what their scenes are going to be about. Again, this is called first line, last line. They've got to take the last line, use it as their first from each other. But to get started, I'm going to dip into the hat, and the first line of dialogue, it's not going to be that one. It's going to be, Okay. The first line of dialogue that they can grab after I say action is smile, Snoopy. Smile, Snoopy loves you. Smile, Snoopy loves you is the first line of dialogue. Action.
Smile, Snoopy loves you. But I love Myrtle. She's gone. I've looked everywhere. Did you look under your bed?
Did you look under your bed? You should have brought a jacket. Instead, it was a bikini and bathing suit. Bikini and bathing suit.
They had summertime there. I didn't know it was snowy all the time up here.
It's always so. It's Mount Everest. The Mount Park gave it away.
Yeah.
The mountain park gave it away. You know that one place where we could put a bunch of flyers up there? You know, just to help.
That's a good idea. Do you think they've seen Myrtle?
Yeah, Myrtle's just, he might be wondering, you know he loves those parks.
I know. I mean, he walked so slow. I don't know how he got so far.
I know, he's just a small little turtle. He just gets everything.
Small little turtle. You lost Myrtle the turtle?
I think we lost him at least 3 miles back. I didn't want to say anything.
That's a long ways down.
He's probably covered by snow by now.
You know what? I'm willing to stay here while you go back to get Myrtle.
How about you go?
How about you go to the park and just, I'll stay back here and just write on Facebook and Instagram saying, hey, we lost our turtle, Myrtle. You know, it's a bit kind of catchy, you know? Hashtag we lost Myrtle.
So you're just going to stay here
Yeah,
on your computer while I'm out doing all the hard work?
While I'm doing the hard work, going down to get Myrtle the turtle. I can't handle this.
Hey, I gotta catch rays up here. I got my swimsuit on.
I got my swimsuit on. I cannot go out in public like this.
You are the laziest person I know. Myrtle
You
is
are
out
the
there.
laziest person I know.
I'm getting Myrtle! That makes me super important.
That makes me super important. I'm going to be here on the computer looking for Myrtle through the internet.
You know what? Somebody probably stole Myrtle. I mean, crawls like 2 miles an hour. Now I'm going to have to go to the park and steal them back. And people are going to be upset while you're just here on the computer.
No, I'll just say someone stole him. We got to get him back. Like, get
We
him
gotta
back.
get him back.
Let's go together. We
I
should
think
just do it together.
That's true. But we might not make it back because I only brought 1 small canister of oxygen.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty
Oh, makes me sad.
Oh, it makes me sad that you have to go all the way alone down the park just to find Myrtle that someone might have stolen. I gotta steal him back.
I'm going to go get it.
You go get him, sister.
I'm gonna go get him, sister.
Julianne, come on, shout out. New choice. When I do, the person that said that last line of dialogue or did the last action must instantly come up with a new one. Let's see how things go here with new choice and the shoe club. Action.
Hey, so tonight when we meet, did you get the shipment from
I did get the
Amazon to get your
shipment.
shoes to
No,
talk about?
I mean they talk about all of these droids delivering our shoes and our products, and the droid.
We're gonna
Miss
be the
Mouse.
laughing stock of the shoe club.
It's okay though, you know, because I see you got
Miss
the new
Snooty,
shoes on.
Miss Snooty Foot is going to be like, oh, and what shoe did you bring to look at tonight? And we're going to be like, flip-flops.
It'll be okay though. It'll be okay. Maybe we can make the flip-flops sparkly. You know, we can get some glitter, bedazzle them. Everybody loves bedazzle.
New choice.
You know, maybe we can get the flip-flops and we can like glue some spaghetti on them, and they'll be like edible footwear. You know, kind of like Lady Gaga.
New choice.
Maybe we can get the flip-flops and we'll just, I don't know, roll them in the mud. Or we just get rid of the flip-flops and we go barefoot and tell everyone we invented an invisible shoe.
No, that just might work on Miss
I think
Snooty
so.
Foot.
I think it's so crazy she'll believe it.
Here's this. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Okay, let me know.
Fast forward to the shoe club.
New choice to that action.
It's a little different from what I thought was going to be happening, but you know, maybe we're just wearing invisible clothes.
New choice.
Okay. Maybe, you know, we'll just, slide it on there. We'll shove it right in her face. All right. Yeah, we're good. Now we're good.
Totally barefoot. Let's walk in there.
Okay.
We're going to walk in that door.
No, but we gotta like point and
Miss
walk.
Snooty, Miss Snooty.
I'll be like told. Okay, just watch. Okay, I'll tell you.
Oh my gosh! Where did you get those shoes?
New choice.
Oh! Your shoes take my breath away.
New choice.
Help me up. Okay.
What shoes did you bring this time?
New choice to that.
Don't be.
No, to over there. Her response.
What on earth are those shoes?
New choice.
I like them!
No way! Like she totally accepts us. I told you. Do you want some?
Yes.
Okay, here, close your eyes.
What then? Prepayment is like $500 first.
Oh, that's a great idea. Prepayment, yes.
Do you take a check?
Nope.
New choice.
Do you take fake money from Monopoly?
No. Technically, but no.
New choice.
What about I pay you later?
Nah, definitely not.
New choice.
How about you take these other shoes that are worth $500?
It's that shipment that we wanted. We should really take this deal. No deal. These shoes that we have on are two of a kind.
Yeah.
Today's topic is going to be worm farms. All right. So all things, anything's worm farms. We're going to turn it over to our call-in radio host, and let's just see how things go with the worm farms. Action.
Top of the morning to you out there in the dirt world. We're so excited to talk about our favorite topic, worms! Worm farms! Not only do they come out when it rains and leave a wonderful fragrance on the ground,
And dirt.
oh, so good. But we're not the only ones that love worms.
Oh no!
Look at all these lights. We got tons of callers today wanting to know about worms.
Heck yeah! Why don't we get a call right now?
Let's get on it. Let's wiggle our way through it. All right, you go ahead and push that button.
Alright. Caller number 1.
Hi, I'm kind of new to this, you know, the whole worm farming thing. And
Oh my
You're in for a treat.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I've been trying to learn how to corral my worms, and I've been setting up the electric fences and using all kinds of ferocious animals to, you know, to try and rein them in, and it's just not working. What do I do?
Well, I don't know if I would put those ferocious animals in there. I mean, this is a worm farm, not all these other animal farms. You get what
What's your name, caller?
Miss
that.
Susie.
Susie. All right. Something really important to know about worms. They're sensitive. They are
They will
sensitive.
cry. They will cry.
They can sense, because they're sensitive, they can sense aggression and electricity. So, I mean, they're going to scatter.
What do I do?
You just get a pile of dirt, and you just put it around the animal farm, and then they won't cry no more. They won't cry.
Yeah, worms that cry break our heart. We do not want to ever hear of a worm crying. We're totally against that.
Yeah, we're against crying worms.
So just put a mound of earth and dirt around the worms, and that'll
Let them
keep
do their
there.
thing.
Okay.
You gotta just leave them be.
I just show them some love.
Yes.
Okay,
Give
I
them
got
some
it.
love.
I got it. Thanks, worm ladies.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got it.
Thank you.
Let's go on to the next call.
Okay,
Those
yeah.
phones are just ringing off the hook. Okay, caller number 2, you're on the air. How can we help you?
Top of the morning to you. This is Seamus from Dublin.
What's up, Seamus?
Oh, well, but you might think it's Dublin, Ireland, but it's actually Dublin, Ohio. You know, a lot closer than you think. A lot closer than you think. Actually, really close. So I've got these worms, and I've got them in this little terrarium type thing, but they don't move. They just sit there, and I don't know what to do. The yellow one just sits there, the green and the red one just sits over here, And the green, red, and blue one just sits over here.
What was your name again?
My name is Seamus.
Where'd you happen to get these worms, Seamus?
I got them down from the corner store. Went down to 7-Eleven. They had, you know, the gummy bears, and they had the gummy other things, and then I got myself some worms.
Alright, now here's your first problem. Those kinds of worms don't like the Irish accent.
Oh, that's not good, because my Texan-Irish accent is not good at all. I kind of combined the two.
So probably what you're going to want to do is maybe just hum all the time when you're around them. Just hum.
Just the hum.
And they'll probably start wiggling anytime now. And if you have sugar,
Ooh, I've had a lot of sugar.
they like those kind of worms like sugar.
Oh, they want the sugar, not for me.
No,
Not
they
for
want
me.
sugar.
Okay,
So
well,
hum me and sprinkle them with sugar, and I'm sure you'll see movement soon.
okay. I'm definitely going to try that. I'm going now.
That's exciting.
This is Seamus from
Thank you
Dublin.
so much.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Hello?
So many different types.
Yeah, you know, you got like the animal farm, you got some like red and like sugary kind, like,
Oh yeah.
you know, this is why it's so exciting.
Those are the kind you don't mind your bully neighbor going like this in front of your face, right? That's why we love worms. We're protecting them because of our childhood, so to speak. So, of those bullies. So,
Those boys thought they got me, they threw worms all over me, I'm like, heck no.
get your hair, but
I love
we fought
them.
back. We fought back. No hate here.
All right, let's get to caller 3. Hey, caller 3, you're on the air.
Well, howdy, this is Billy Bob from Tennessee.
What's up, Billy Bob?
Well, from Tennessee. My question is twofold. Part 1, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up. You know, how do I get my worms fat enough to eat? I'm ready to eat them. How do I get, they're kind of skinny, kind of slim, want to get them a little chubby.
You know,
Second part,
Yes.
how do I cook them? You know, I'm new to this whole worm farm.
okay.
I just bought it last year.
All right.
Okay, well, Regina, if I could take the first one.
Oh, yeah, I'll take the second.
To answer that first part of your question, you know, we talked about beginning worms are sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot force feed a worm.
I've been trying. That's what I'm going wrong.
Is get a little toothpick, the end of a toothpick, put a little drop of dirt, and you gotta
So they eat dirt, huh?
Oh, you gotta coax it. You gotta like pretend it's a game. Like here comes the airplane.
Exactly what I do to Philip.
Yeah, we have to toothpick feed Philip, and you just very gently. You're gonna want to just dip that toothpick in some dirt, and then very gently coax. Have you named your worm?
Thomas.
Very good. That's
Tommy
the first
first.
step. So you're gonna want to call him by name very gently as you coax that dirt into his mouth.
Well, all right.
Now cooking, Regina's got some great
Are
ideas.
you like wanting to like cook them, or do you want to like cook?
Well, yeah. I don't want to eat them raw.
So here's the thing. I grew tons of worm farms and fattened them up and cooked them up. And you know what you do? You sprinkle a little bit of bacon. You wrap bacon around. Oh my gosh, it's like worm meets bacon.
Right.
I call it a bacon worm. And so
Okay.
you put it up there, and then that's the only way you can really eat them. Because I mean, I tried
wrapping bacon. Now,
I tried just eating them just plain.
with the heads or without the heads?
It don't matter. You just
It don't
chop
matter,
off
you
both
just-
ends and you got what's left.
You know, it's like slimy yet satisfied. You know.
Okay.
I mean, just watch Lion King, and it'll teach you everything that you need to know. You know.
Now, if you want to get a real good sampling of that, you can go down to the QT.
Oh yeah.
They
got
have
the-
the bacon wrapped hot dogs,
Yeah.
and you'll know what Regina's talking all about.
All right. Try that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We got time for one more, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got one more.
I hate to cut all these people off. Let's see who's next. All right, caller, you're on the air. What can we help you with on the Dirt World Farm Station?
Dirt.
Hi, I'm Bridget Burdett, and I am the president of the European Worm Nation, and I have to say, I don't really agree with the advice you're giving your followers.
I'm sorry.
What's your name?
You're sleeping in and out. You got bad connection.
This is Bridget Burdett of the European Worm Nation, 3-time nominee and 1-time winner of the Worm-A-Rama World.
Oh, you're from
World,
Mount
yes, you heard me correctly. World.
Comedy. Oh, we know Mount Comedy. Absolutely. We're so. Oh, sorry about comedy. So far away. A really bad connection.
I don't even know what happened there. Legit was about to tell us something.
have to tell us how much she loves our program.
I'm going to introduce a character that she has, and after the introduction that you get, I'm going to ask you a question, and we're going to have some fun. So, whenever you're ready, Maya, go ahead and let's introduce yourself.
My name is Betty May. I'm 37 years old. I spend my days in the church. I live at home by myself with my 3 cats. This here is my favorite. His name is Mittens. You know, I spend a lot of time doing crafts. I do not date, and I do not have very many friends.
All right, let's give her a Betty May. Okay, Betty May. Based off of Betty May's introduction, where do you think you'd never see Betty May hanging out?
The club.
Bar, a dance club, a country. I got it. Okay, we're gonna put Betty May in a country bar. All right, so a country bar is where you are at for a game that we call Fish Out of Water. Let's see how things go. Action!
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, ladies.
This is really easy.
Oh, this is not what I would like to be doing right now.
Come on, it's fun.
I thought this was the book club. I saw a meeting on meetup.com, and I tried to come to the book club.
Come on.
Hey, let's try it. No, ladies. Please. This is a little sweet.
Let's go. Ready?
Do you ladies even know how to read?
No, we're dance.
No.
Can I hold your couch?
You absolutely cannot hold my cat.
What can I do to help you enjoy the
You
country
can
dancing?
You can bring out a book.
Question you always want to know the answer to, and our advice panel up here is going to answer some of your questions. So start thinking of an answer, and we will let them introduce themselves. We'll start over here on the end, right there.
Rex Tomlinson, I coach the senior boys football team down the road there at senior high. I know pretty much everything about everything. I whip them into shape just like that.
Okay, there's Rex. Give it up for Rex. And right here in the middle.
I am Bean.
Hey, Bean.
I have been on this planet for many years and many lives. It is a pleasure to acquaint with your spirit.
Okay, is that Bean or Bean?
Bean.
Bean. Okay, Bean. All right, welcome, Bean. And right here.
Hi everyone, my name is Clara. I own a pet shelter just down the road. I love animals. I like chipmunks, I like pigs, I like dogs, I like cats, I like chipmunks, I like dogs. I just love them all.
Okay, welcome, Claire. Okay, fabulous. Who's got a question out there? Right here.
What do you think of vegans?
Oh, this is family friendly, remember? Rex, what do you think of vegans?
Vegans! I think vegans should be eaten. That's what I think. You know, my boys down there, they need meat. They need to be growing up big, strong, front line. Hit those guys.
Yeah.
So vegans, settle down there, Missy. You'll get your chance to get on the team, maybe be water girl or something.
I love water.
Okay, all right, thanks, Rex. Bean, how about you?
That is a lovely question because I think the animal spirit is so in tune with the human spirit.
That's so true.
I agree. Thank you, Clara. I think our unity should come together and we should pretend that we wouldn't want to be eaten either.
That doesn't sound competitive at all.
It's about peace. Say peace.
I don't know what that means. I don't think
You
so.
should do it. It feels really good.
Okay, that it? And Claire, how about you? What do you think it means?
I love animals, so I don't eat them. So I agree with everything they say. So I love vegans.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, who else out there has a question? Yes, right there, sir.
Who killed Kennedy?
Oh, great question. Who killed Kennedy? Rex, we'll start with you.
Well, that is a good question, and we were just talking about that at the last team meeting. It was probably one of those guys down the street, and I fired my boys up because Kennedy shouldn't have been killed, but our guys are going to go out there and kill those guys that killed Kennedy. So we're going to get out there, we're going to hit him hard, we're going to hit him low, we're going to hit him high, we're going to hit him all over the place. No vegans on the team. That's what I said.
Bean, how about you? Who killed Kennedy?
That's a lovely question. I must sink deep into my chakra.
Just thinking.
Spirits have told me it was the aliens.
The aliens.
Yes. There are many aliens and many life forms, and I commune with all of them. Everyone better watch out. They're always watching.
Okay. How about you? What do you think?
So me and Mr. Snuffles are talking. That's my dog. And we just love conversations like this. We watch Netflix. So we were wondering about this. And I think it was this mean bat that just came out of nowhere and just hurt Kennedy. I don't know.
Okay, we have time for one last final question. All right, here.
Deconstruct the Twinkies for us.
Is that a statement or a question?
A request. Tell us what's a Twinkie made of.
Oh, okay. What is a Twinkie made of? All right, there we go. Okay, Rex, so what are Twinkies made of?
Twinkies! That's the other team, and that's what I tell my boys out there. Those guys out there, they're a bunch of Twinkies!
Yeah.
If you want to enlist on the team, we'll get you into the cheerleader outfit later. We got big guys on the team, big guys. Twinkies, yeah, that's right. We take those guys down and we rip them apart like they're Twinkies. We don't have time for none of this other stuff. We're going to the state champions. Go Wolverines! Yeah!
Pete, how about you? Do you know what Twinkies are made of?
This is a lovely question, and I must sink even deeper into my chakra. I think Twinkies are fluff that comes from outer space. It sinks down from the spirits and into our bellies and fills us with a your purity aura. May peace be with you. And also with you.
Claire, how about you? Twinkies.
Twinkies. They're so good. I think they're just made of pastries that you just, it's just a little pastry that has a little filling in it, and you eat it, and it kind of makes you gain weight. But yeah, that's what it is. Just little Twinkies.
Okay, nice job. Baby shower. That's the suggestion for the scene for a game of sit, stand, lean. Let's see how things go. Action.
Okay, you guys, I have the best idea for Marjorie's baby shower. The classic original game, we're gonna fill a jar full of jelly beans, and people have to guess.
Yeah, jelly beans.
People have to guess how many are in the jar.
How many? Like a big jar, a little jar? What are you thinking?
Probably just a pint-sized jar, right? Right?
I mean, Marjorie, when she got married, she's a real bridezilla. She's probably going to need a whole gallon of jelly beans at this point.
Huh. That's
Probably eatable.
she has been.
Why are we even throwing this?
Pregnancy,
Why are we even throwing the shower for her?
She's the worst.
I thought that maybe it was just the hormones, but
Shh, She's been like this since she was born. Hey, she's my sister and all, but you know.
I mean, we all grew up together. She deserves a shower.
Does she? This is like her 8th shower.
I thought we were supposed to just have
8th
shower.
shower.
That's
That's
right.
right.
We
But
get 2 showers. What's up
I
with
mean, but it's boy, 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 boy. Like, now it's fine that girl, she gets another shower. Right?
I guess. I mean, I have 6 kids. Nobody's ever thrown me a shower. She's not even once brought it up.
Yeah, that's really a problem. Well, what if we did something else besides a shower, you guys?
What
You
do
really
you
gotta
suggest, like
think
a
about
funeral?
this. A funeral? No. I mean, like, what if she thinks it's a baby shower, but really,
It's a funeral.
we buy her a puppy?
She's allergic.
Well, she's already got so many kids. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, wait.
At any time throughout this scene, any of the other students off stage can shout out, freeze. They will come on, tap out. One person take their exact position and start a completely new scene. Let's see how things go here with holding the bomb. Action.
I don't know why we joined the bomb squad. This was a terrible idea. I thought it would, keep us away from the action, but like, we could really blow up.
I think the worst idea is the fact that we're both underneath it and we can't have our hands to defuse the bomb.
Okay, so when you want Julie to like you, you're gonna play this game at recess, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna go down by the banks of the hanky panky.
Oh! Oh!
What? Liquid!
High five!
Then you pull her hair. Like,
Oh!
oh man, he likes me.
I was really excited to tell you my news. I'm having a baby.
Oh. Super great.
Thought you'd be more excited.
No, I am. I'm just, well, you know what? That's great. You know what your kids could use? A puppy.
Freeze.
And you do an up and a kick and an up and a kick and an up and a kick. You're ready for cheerleading. Yeah.
Team?
Not exactly. I mean, your kick's got to be a little higher, so I mean, you got to be as high as me, you know.
Freeze!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I almost got it.
Oh.
Hiya!
Oh my gosh, I can't even do that.
You can do it. You can do it. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Ready? One more time.
Okay.
Hiya!
Freeze!
I did it.
Freeze! Okay, bring that pot of spaghetti right here. We got customers.
Oh my God!
Just right in here. Oh! Benny. Okay, we're gonna serve this.
Thank you.
Get all those plates ready.
Okay.
And all these plates.
Good job.
All right.
Freeze! Have you found the turtle yet? Because it's been lost for a long time. It's really cold up here.
I'm never gonna give up hope. Ever.
Don't give up hope.
Myrtle's my favorite.
Okay, this is good, and I've got a good idea. Do this. Never
Freeze.
surrender.
And then we go up for the very last lift.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you guys enjoyed our first group here. Give them all a round of applause. We got Sam, right? Erin, Julianne, Sara, Erin, step forward and you're going to introduce him. Action.
Well, hi there, boys and girls of all ages. Hi. I'm Nathan the Dancing Narwhal. Oh, look at my horn. Well, there we go. It shoots out confetti. I hope you enjoy the show, because if you don't, I'll come after you.
What are you looking at? Huh? Don't look at me like that. Don't look away from me like that either. I'm very easily angered. You're not going to forget my name after tonight because it's going to be the only thing running through your mind. You're going to make, I want to invoke the wrath of Brad. Bye.
You're in my house now. My name's Chris, the supermodel. You'll all enjoy my show. Thanks for coming.
Oi! My name's Sara. I like to go to the gym, pump iron, get swole, protein, Sara.
Mesa Riverview, can you hear me? I'm lost and so alone. My name is young Natalie, and I'm here to pick a bone. With other comedians on the stage, I'll pimp them out in every way. Thanks for coming to our show. Thanks, bro.
Here's your next student start their sentences with fortunately or unfortunately. So let's see how things go here with the three little pigs. And Nate, take it away. Action.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs in a blanket. These 3 little pigs enjoyed their frozen life inside the freezer. But one day, a jeweled hand with rings upon each finger pulled them out of the freezer to go ahead and decide the next step of the journey called life.
Fortunately, that man was Jason Statham, who decided he would use the pigs in a blanket for his next great heist, which would be the greatest heist ever pulled off by an actor that does heists in movies. But
Unfortunately, that movie was called Chomp. And if you've ever seen Crank, it's like that, but what gives him strength is he has to chomp into something really hard. And so, looks like these pigs in a blanket are going to be pigs in a stomach pretty soon.
Fortunately for the pigs, no one actually likes pigs in a blanket. They all just buy them out of pity. And so this young actor decided to use them in his movie to make them seem more appealing to the general public. And as he worked on his scheme to rob this great bank that was full of other pigs in a blanket that had all been deposited there by his wife, he decided that he was going to film a grand commercial.
Unfortunately, with all these pigs in a blanket, he did it with a population who were all vegans. So, it did not sell well. Most of his movies do. Not this one.
Fortunately, the video was a hit in Koreatown. There's no vegans there, everybody knows that. And the pigs in a blanket weren't pigs in a stomach, but they were pigs on retainer,
fortunately earning $10,000 plus royalties for the movie, as long as they moved to Koreatown with Jason Statham, who had found his new, most accepting community.
He would go around and act out the movie that they enjoyed so much. Chomp.
Unfortunately, the agent who was managing the careers of both Jason Statham and the pigs in a blanket was corrupt. Whoa, that's pretty crazy a thing to learn about this agent, was that he was corrupt. He told the pigs in a blanket, I'm going to make you the most famous food ever. You're going to be like the pizza from Breaking Bad, but times a million. And
Unfortunately for the pigs, they were a little bit gullible. So they decided that they were going to follow the advice of this agent, and they were going to adopt a dog.
Unfortunately, they were allergic to dogs.
Fortunately,
Fortunately, Jason Statham came and engaged in the most amazing action fight sequence ever not committed to film, sadly, because this happened in real life when no cameras were on. What a waste of Statham. I'm angry even thinking about how humanity will never see this fight. What a fight it spilled out into the street. The pigs in the blanket.
Called the backwards press conference. So that means we're going to start at the end of the press conference and work our way towards the beginning. That also means we're going to hear Chris's answers before we hear the press's questions. Let's see how things go here with the backwards press conference.
Once again, I just want to thank everybody for coming, and also, run for your lives.
Brains.
can you please conclude this press conference in a meaningful way?
Oh man, no place is safe in a situation like this. Let's be real here.
Can you please tell me what happens when your in-laws come over and cook you dinner?
I must assure you, it's all being caused by a virus. You.
Yeah, I've been having some problems with my laptop lately. I can't load up YouTube.
Government? You think the government's gonna help us now? They're gone, man. You.
What's the next plot twist in The West Wing?
I had to look my own father right in the eyes and do the deed.
How did you tell him you were pregnant?
I don't do much running, except now I do. Running's the only thing I do these days, it seems. You.
Can you please, one, contradict yourself, and two, make us think that you're very in shape?
It's a madhouse out there. I can't even stand to look at it. I don't recognize the place anymore. You.
It's been to Arby's lately.
Millions upon millions upon millions without end, okay?
Can you tell me about can you tell me about the dandruff left on your t-shirt?
All right, there we go. Someone has dropped out or flunked out of college. That's what you guys are dealing with? Okay, that's a serious situation. For a game of hecklers, let's see how things go. Action.
Look, Suzanne, I just didn't want my parents to continue paying my rent up there. It felt like I was doing them a disservice by getting straight D's and being on their, being subsidized by them. So I'm back at the pad.
You're doing the right thing by dropping out.
Hey, well,
It's still there on my chin.
I really needed to hear that. Because everyone told me I was dumb.
I'll just bite into the can.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that, Suzanne.
Now, can you teach me how to hold a soda, please?
Because in college I felt like they didn't teach me all that much. And now that I'm back here, I'll have time to just study whatever I want.
While not being in school at all.
But I'll get a job though. I'll get some income.
I think the problem is though, you don't have a degree, so where are you gonna work?
I mean, there's plenty of jobs that have a livable wage, even though it's much less than $15 an hour. $8.95 is doable.
I don't know if you can get by on that. It's so expensive out here.
Yeah, you're right. Scottsdale might have been a bad choice. But, all I need is you, my childhood friend, and I'll feel okay. I'll feel like my life's going somewhere, because I had less uncertainty than I did yesterday.
At least I can drink soda better than you.
Yeah, I'll help you get through this. I know it's really tough. I mean, I do spend a lot of time at the library because I'm still in college, so I mean...
Stop interrupting me as I try to blow into this trumpet.
The library? That...
What a concept! No wonder I failed out!
That's so unexpected. You've made some changes, Suzanne.
I study now. I know. I'm really hoping that I can get into law school, and I have a lot of dreams I want to go for now, and I've made a lot of changes.
Yeah, dreams.
You made a lot of changes to the shape of that soda can, for instance.
Look, Suzanne, I'm so surprised. I mean, when we smashed those soda cans together when we were 16, that pact meant something to me.
I was never able to hold a soda can the regular way ever since.
Well, I should have put my hand in the compactor while we were doing it.
The pact, it meant something to me too, but...
But the way you behave now, the evidence would indicate otherwise.
Look, I still care about you, but...
The evidence would indicate otherwise.
I just need to seek that higher education, but like, we can still be friends, but I have to study. I'm sorry that you dropped out. I gotta do this for me.
It would be unjust of me to rob you of that opportunity.
But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Are you guys gonna lock hands and finish this handshake or what?
All right, well, yeah, I'll just, I'll clean up here on my days off, do a little dish action.
I think you just...
That lever makes the dish wiggle around. It's cool.
I just wish we weren't Lego people.
The title of the movie is World War III, Once in a Lifetime. Okay? The title of the movie is World War III, Once in a Lifetime. And these guys are going to show you some of the movie, and that's where you will be actors in the movie, and we're going to see some scenes, all right? So, movie critics, take it away. Action.
Oh, those boys from the movie Good Burger. Every single time I watch a movie, it's a left, right.
I think they'd change up the dreadlocks and the paper hats, but now they keep them in the world.
They kept them, but in the movie, get this, they were CGI. It sounds like a lot more work because it is.
The dreadlocks, wow. It's the same person that put the dreadlocks on the dragon in Lord of the Rings.
And the same person who put the dreadlocks on the Predator in Predator and Predator 2. Predators in New York, LA. Predators in New York, LA. We have another movie though. This one is in a class of its own. Say, Raj, do you remember World War I?
I certainly do, Raymond.
Do you remember World War II?
Oh, well, that's where I'm a little fuzzy.
Well, it happened, trust me. You ever wonder what would happen if you added World War I and World War II together?
You get World War 12.
World War 12. That's absolutely right. This movie is the first stepping stone towards World War 12. It's called World War III, Once in a Lifetime. Here, let's go ahead and check out some of the most iconic scenes. This is a movie you're going to want to see if you don't have it in your Criterion Collection shelf already. This is the scene where the war isn't happening yet, but people are worried it's going to. Let's check it out. Pause. See that guy right there? The shorter one.
Mm-hmm. the dreadlocks.
The dreadlocks? That's
Sean.
Sean.
Tell it's computer generated.
That's Sean Connery underneath all those dreadlocks. Wow. Let's go ahead and play that.
I'm so worried.
Pause. This is the only movie where Sean Connery doesn't sound like Sean Connery.
Speaks to his acting.
Right. The taller person, That's the same guy who voiced General Grievous in Star Wars.
Robot face.
Let's play.
You should smoke. It's good for your health. Especially in times of war that are the stepping stones to the 12th World War.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's not about liking it. Brent.
Pause.
Wow.
No, it's just melts the heart already.
I know.
It's my understanding that this is a musical.
It is. It may be the defining musical of any generation.
The greatest musical.
Tim
generation.
Rice did the lyrics, and Maroon 5 did all the music.
Let's fast forward here to the first level.
Oh, we're doing the first number! Oh, this is great! I love this. This is called Uh-Oh, War, I guess. Let's see.
Uh-oh, war, I guess.
I guess.
Uh-oh, war, I guess.
I guess.
Uh-oh, war, I guess. I guess. Uh-oh, war, I guess. It's you and I versus the world and the corporations. We're fighting for 15 and the United Nations. It's war, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's war, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
Pause. Wow, I love this first 3 minutes of this 19-minute song. It's really, really great. Let's go ahead and fast forward to the first really action-y scene in the movie where they are storming the beaches of Canada. Here we go. What?
Don. Bet. Watch out for the mine.
I want to point out the bold decision they made here with making the General Grievous character now sound like a Cockney.
That's so genius. That would push this movie over the top and give it the Oscar.
Exactly. Incredible. I also want to point out this was a Guinness World Record-breaking scene right here for the most maple syrup used in a scene.
Right. It just comes crashing through every doorway, and they're dropping it on them from airplanes. Very wasteful, very good cinematography. Let's go ahead and play and watch that unfold.
Forget the mine, there's a puddle there! Bet, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm wet now, but I guess that's not the worst of our problems.
You know, if the whole world knew about this maple syrup, they might forget about the war.
Pause. This is really where the movie starts to pick up. I think we need to fast forward through this hour-long montage, though, of them unleashing maple syrup on every sovereign nation and a couple of not sovereign nations. Let's go and see that unfold right now. Fast forward.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, bet we're gonna douse these sovereign nations, some third world nations, some impoverished nations, some impoverished nations, some nations that have a livable minimum wage, some nations who don't have a minimum wage at all, and all the nations in between with maple syrup.
Let's go ahead and we're going to skip to the climax now. We want to really show you how this movie builds up to this just amazing apex of just probably the most. If you
better than Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah. Just be prepared. If you're faint of heart, probably leave now.
Yes.
Drama, intensity, incredible. Let's skip to that.
You missed, and now I'm stuck. Syrup.
Here, hand me the letter that says the purpose of government is to only be a corporate entity and to not care about the people. Hand it to me. It's the only thing that will teach us the truth.
Pause. I love how deeply they buried their hidden agenda. Like, you can't even tell at all what he's going on about in this movie. This is so deeply buried. Let's go ahead and see some more of that subtlety in this movie. Wow.
Hand me the letter that turns everything upside down. Bad.
instead of saving your friends.
You will be remembered and ingrained in the bottle of every maple syrup product from here moving forward. Your life shall not be in vain.
That's all I could have ever asked for.
Enjoy the syrup.
Alright, there we go. Okay, Sara, come on out here. And Natalie, why don't you come out too? We'll go to the library. Alright, so the two of you are hanging out at the library. Okay? And this is for a game that we call Choose Your Own Adventure. So just see how things go with the library. Action.
Oh my god. I hate study hall.
Study hall is the best thing in the world. Okay, we get to go on a different adventure with every book we read. It's so great.
Oh my god, you're like such a nerd.
You don't have to be a nerd to enjoy books, but I am a nerd.
How much longer? A study hall?
I hope it goes on for weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we're going to pause right here. Let's see here. Nate, what do you think should happen next?
They go to the forbidden section of study hall, upon which there are many tomes, some allowed, some not allowed, and the one they choose to open reads, Danger.
Alright. Danger. Or, Chris, what do you think should happen next?
They go deeper into the study hall and realize that the hall aspect is more literal than they could ever have imagined. There are more doors leading to adjoining rooms. In those rooms, there are exact duplicates of them doing the exact same study, with slight variations. Maybe in this one has glasses and the other one isn't blonde anymore. In this one, they're both cowboy versions of themselves, etc. Whatever.
Okay. Those are your choices. So, clap for the choice that you want to see the scene go. So we're going to go to the Danger book. Or we're going to go down that hall of endless doors with different versions of them. I think we're going to the Danger area. Let's see how things go. Action.
Okay, since you're like the only other one in here, I guess we can just like hang out. Do you want to go for like a walk or something? You can bring your book.
Okay, yeah.
So, I hear there's a section of the library that's forbidden. Can't go there. Oh, we can't go there. Come on, we'll get in trouble. No, we won't. It's fine. Let's go. Come on. Oh, I got your book.
No, not my book. No.
We're here. Well, what book should we pick?
I forgot my inhaler.
This one says Danger. I think I should open it.
Pause. We're going to pause right here. Brad, what do you think should happen next?
She opens the book, and the very first page is just a picture of her 20 years into the future with a lovely family, just having a great time on like a swing set or something. And the rest of the pages are blank, and a magic pen appears above the crest of her right ear.
Okay. Let's see yours. Nate, or what do you got, Nate?
Sarah's character actually finds her inhaler, but inhalers have different effects in the forbidden section.
Okay. So who wants to see what Brad said? I don't even remember.
She opens it and there's a picture.
A whole bunch of stuff. There's a picture of herself 20 years in the future, and a pen, magic pen. Who wants to see that? Okay, so it looks like what's going to happen now is she finds her inhaler, and it has a magical power of some sort. We'll find out. Continue.
I wonder what's in this book.
right, let's see. Chris, what do you think should happen next?
Every word that they write in that book you suspect will become true, but that's not the case at all. Instead, it manifests instantly on her Wikipedia page about her, and people think it's true. Uh-oh, that could cause a problem.
Brad, what do you think?
Sort of the same deal. But instead of a Wikipedia, it goes straight directly to her Twitter feed and just slightly alters whatever she puts in the book a little bit to make her look very passive aggressive toward society.
Or what do you think should happen? What do you think should happen here?
World War III.
Yeah, we already had World War III.
Whatever they write in the book will automatically happen right there.
Perfect. That's what's going to happen. Whatever they write in the book is going to happen right away. And keep in mind, there are other people off stage that might have to help. Just saying. Continue.
You will adopt a turtle and name it Myrtle.
Oh my gosh, Myrtle and Fertile. What else?
I'll tell you what else. Those turtles are my sons. You've made a monkey's paw style wish, and now I come to take them back.
Turtle!
That's right.
Write him to be nicer. Well, me and Turtle will kind of be nicer, but also protective over his son turtles, reasonably so.
Oh no, I feel compelled to be nicer to you, but to be mean to you for taking them, and the conflict is ripping me apart.
With rapid fire, and I'll ring the bell. That'll shift us all the way around. So let's see how things go. Action.
You put what where?
What? Where?
Why do...
With a real Slim Shady, please stand up.
He need not stand. He's immortalized in stone.
Monument worthy of Slim's majesty. I'm crying already.
He wears one sweatpant leg up.
I really, really, really want to stay.
And I really, really, really want to hear you say,
I'm jump roping.
I'm rope jumping.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
You were looking for the drunken brawler.
Excuse me. Can I get boneless pizza? This is horrible service.
Honey. You ain't even begin to see my horrible service.
That's concerning.
Here.
Can I just get a pizza like without fingers and bones in it?
You know, I forgot you topping.
Is it real?
I'm kidding, I fooled you again.
My name's Jeff. That was the line.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
Because it only rains in California.
Stop rubbing it in. I know we're stuck inside this biodome and the rain's not real, but we're getting a galleon.
It'll be the last thing you do. It only rains there.
That's what I want, though. Every biome in here is desert. They flipped some levers and they went all haywire.
Boing, 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 boing.
Spaghetti eyes.
What? Smoking.
Excuse me. You are disturbing my chakra.
Can I have your number? Can I have it, please?
I play Pokemon Go every day.